This is another day the Lord has given us. We will rejoice and be glad in it. So glad you could join me once again in these end time inspirational devotions. Talking to you today about know who to trust and lean on. We get our verse from Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17. Very easy to remember. A friend loves at all times. Close quote. NKJV. Wherever you live and whatever your profession, whether you're a butcher, baker, candlestick maker, a teacher, a nurse, a doctor, a banker, or a businessman or woman, you will have to deal with these three kinds of people in your life. The critic, or what we might call the comrade. Let's face it, most people are comfortable with the status quo. Oh, whatever will be, I don't really care what happens, type of people. They not only fear change, but will often attack it. So if you dare to be different, prepare to sail through rough weather. The Apostle Paul's critics referred to him as a madman, a fool, a babbler. So why would you expect the same crowd to treat you any better? You see what the men and women of God are going through on YouTube and Instagram these days. Some are hated so much their funerals are being announced before they are even dead. However, we are talking about comrades right now. These people are not for you, nor are they for what you are for. They are against what you are against. Example, I've always been against injustice. And these two white nurses who were also racist, who I happened to have worked with in one hospital, were against injustice as well. That caused us to come together, but they were not for me. They were not for what I was for. But they were against what I was against. And they were able to team up with me to help fight against the common enemy. But I was never confused by their association. They were only with me until the victory was accomplished for what we were fighting against together. These people are scaffolding, or they are like scaffolding. They come into your life to fulfill a purpose. And when the purpose is complete, the scaffolding is removed. But don't be worried when they are removed, because the building always remains standing when they are removed. The second group we'll talk about is the cautious ones, or the constituents. These people won't point any accusing finger, but neither will they extend a helping hand. When you get into trouble, they will distance themselves from you. I say they will distance themselves from you, fearing them they may be tainted by your perceived liabilities. Worse than social distancing from you for fear of contracting the COVID-19. Basically, they will wait to see if you make it through the tunnel and come out the other side. Then they will wait to see who else accepts you and if you can be of any benefit to them. Then they may reconnect with you. These people are users in the true sense of the word. They are not bad, but they are not really good either. They are just self-serving. They are selfish. So love them, but don't lean on them. I said, don't lean on them. Do not depend on them. Example, a few years ago, I had a friend who appeared to be like a close friend of mine. We were both in the medical field. Especially when he heard I wanted for him to be part of my dream in the building of the Jericho's Victory Center. But when I got into a situation that involved serious betrayal at one of the hospitals, which resulted in unfair termination of my career job, he disappeared so quickly. Up to this day, it's more than 7 years now, never heard from him. It was then that I discovered he was not only a committed and caring friend, he was a constituent. Constituents are not into you. They are into what they are for. They are for what they are for. They are your constituents. And as long as you are for what they are for, they will walk with you and work with you and labor with you, but never think they are for you. They are for what they are for. And you have to know that. You must always remember that. Because if they meet somebody else, they will further their agenda. Who will further their agenda? They will leave you and hook up with them. Because they were never for you. They were just for what you were for. They are your constituents. And throughout life, if you're not careful, particularly if you're desperately in need of somebody to connect with, you will make the mistake of connecting with constituents and think they are such great, wonderful friends. They are not confidants. That's the next one we'll talk about. My wife has had to learn the hard way, because she has confided into some few people she thought were genuine friends, only to find out later that they were not into her. They even tried to derail her husband, but by God's grace, they couldn't. She thought they were for her, when in actual fact they were really not for her. They were for what they could gain from her. And by the time she got to realize that something was not right, they had already done great damage. They had moved on, as they had already hooked up with somebody else who was for what they were for. It was never about her in the first place. It was about what they could gain from her. They were for what she was for and not for her. They were her constituents and never confidants. Now let me talk about confidants, or the committed friends. You will have very few of them. Confidants are those people in your life who love you unconditionally. They are committed to you. They are into you. Whether you're up or down, right or wrong, left or right, they are into you. They are in for the long haul. If you get in trouble, they will get in trouble with you. If you're thrown in jail, they'll come and see you in jail. They will come and get you out of the crack house. They are confidants. You can open up and share anything with them. I like what Brother T.D. Jakes says. I quote, "You will never inherit your kingdom until you find your own confidant." Close quote. The confidant will mentor you. If you have 2 or 3 in your lifetime, you are an exceptional and you are blessed. Without them, you will never be who God called you to be. Everybody needs to find their confidant. If one is for you, he or she will weep for you, with you. When you weep, they will rejoice with you when you rejoice. When you walk in a room and give some good news, stop being happy for a moment and watch their reaction. If they're not happy for you, shut your mouth, walk back out. Because when they are really connected to you, they will be happy for you and with you. When you share any good news or any of your dreams, find somebody and look in the eye and say, "Are you happy for me?" If you don't get the right reaction, don't tell them anything else anymore. A friend loves at all times was our verse. Even when they hear the worst about you, they are committed to you. They will still believe the best about you. Your own mother is a very good example that we can cite, because the mother will never agree her son is a cold, callous, and psychotic murderer that he might be. Confidence value you for your strengths and show grace in handling your weaknesses. These people are priceless because they will love you at all times. They will defend you. So when God puts such people or such individuals in your lifetime, protect and nurture the relationship with them very closely and very carefully. But the Bible tells us that we can put our trust in Jesus Christ, and He will never abuse our relationship. Jesus is He is a confidant, a true confidant. We can trust Jesus without any doubt. Psalms 118 verse 1 says, I read, "Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for He is good, for His mercy endures forever." NKJV, close quote. And verse 8 says, "It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man." NKJV. And my most favorite verse is from Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 to 7. This is a very popular one. Almost everybody knows this one. I read, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil." Close quote. Jesus is our best confidant. He will never betray us. Until next time, please accept this prescription from me. Talk with your God in prayer. Read His Word daily, and never worry about overdosing yourself with this prescription. In fact, overdose will bless you mightily. It will bless you even more. Your apostle, Dr. Gordon Fairbrain Matetwa. Until next time, be blessed.